Hi, this is Pascal from SiteCode, and this is the first in a series of 3 screencasts showing you a couple of the capabilities of the Webiva system. In this first tutorial, we're going to start with a blank demo site, drop in a design template, add in a couple pages, and put in some text on a page. Subsequent screencasts will show you how to add in a blog, add in a contact form to your site. If you'd like to follow along, you can download the resources necessary for this site below and go to demo.webiva.net and request a blank site template. All you have to do is put in your email, select the blank site template, and click request. Give it a couple minutes and it'll send you a login that you can play around with for 20 minutes. So here we are, we're in the dashboard. I just logged into a blank system. This is basically configurable in a number of different ways. You can add widgets to your site depending on what you want to see. Here by default we have the uniques and page views, a link to Webiva news, and any updated site content. So let's click on website to go to the site structure. You can see that all we have is a blank site with just a home page. If we go to that home page, you can see nothing there. So if we click on edit page, we can jump into the Webiva page editor. In this case, we don't really have any sort of template, we just have a blank site. So all we're going to do is type in welcome to our website, click save changes, and if we reload the home page, you'll see it'll say welcome to our website. Now this isn't all that useful, so let's jump in and add in a design template into the system. So click on options, design templates, add in a blank template. Let's call it main template. Click create. You'll see that there's a couple different pieces where we can drop the template in. We have the template HTML, the design styles, and the structural styles. Inside of the template HTML is where you put the main wrapper for the site. So let's cut and paste from the template, which I've already got set up here. We can just paste that right in. You'll see it's just some basic HTML along with a couple of special CMS zone tags. Next we need to drop in the design styles and the structural styles. Design styles are for any styles that we want to appear in the WYSIWYG editor, while the structural styles are for the styles that make up the structure of our site, our header, our main divs, that sort of thing. So I've got those already broken out as well. Let's cut and paste from here. So let's drop in those structural styles and back to the design styles. You see if we click back, it'll add all those styles into the little sidebar, and we can see more or less what stuff looks like. Alright, click save changes. You'll see what it did is add in our zones that we defined in our template HTML. Let's rearrange those so they kind of match the labels above. Here we've got our main zone, our main menu, and our primary sidebar. These don't necessarily need to line up, but the advantage of making them line up is that if you have multiple different templates on a site, all the content will show up in the right place. Next we need to click on select folder because we need to define the images that are available on the site. So pop up the file manager. Let's click create folder, call it template, and let's go in here and upload the necessary files. Now all these files are in a zip, but if we click extract archive files and click upload, all those files will get extracted into this folder, so we can use them as necessary. Now this is going to take a second because it's going to unzip the archive, and it's going to create thumbnails for all the files that we uploaded. Alright, so let's click back on the folder, click select, and there we have our folder selected. Alright, so if we click save changes and jump back to our website, we can now add that design template in. We do this by adding in a page modifier, selecting main template, clicking submit, and now that template that we just added is on the system. If we go back and reload the page, it still will say welcome to our website, but it will say that nicely wrapped inside of our site structure. The next thing we want to do is add in a framework. What a framework does is add in multiple pages onto a site. So we do the same thing, we drag the framework to add it, and I use the right arrow key so that it shows up after the template. And now we can click Edit Framework to add our framework into the system. What a framework is allows you to add content that's going to appear on multiple places in a site. In this case, we're going to add the main menu. So we click here and say Add Automatic Menu. Definitely want to add it to the menu zone. And we'll use the root page as our home page, because we're going to add our other pages underneath that. So now, next thing we need to do is add in a style. I've already created a custom style for this that we can pull out of this file. So paste that in. So one of the nice capabilities of Webiva is to be able to customize each of the paragraphs separately. So in this case, we've overridden the default feature and added in some custom wrapper tags for this menu. So let's hit Update Paragraph, close feature, jump back to the editor. Can't really see anything yet because we don't have any pages into our site, but we will see those in a second. Alright, so the next thing we want to do is add in one custom framework paragraph, which is a zone lock. And what that'll do is make sure that that zone is not available in any of the other pages on the site, because we really don't want anyone adding anything to the menu zone, once we've set our menu up. So let's click Save Changes, jump back to our website structure, and now let's add those pages in. So let's add in a About Us page. Now the site feature that I just defined uses images for the page icons, so I'm going to go in and add in an image for each of these pages that I add in. You'll see each page has multiple different image slots, so you can define rollovers, disabled pages, selected pages, pretty much whatever you need to do. Now many paragraphs are not by definition don't by definition have to use images. In this case, that was how the designer wanted it, so that's what we ended up with. So now that we've added our pages in and we click Edit Page, we'll jump back into the page editor, and because our automatic menu was unlocked, you'll see that these our menu has showed up exactly as we wanted it styled. So now, because we set up our design styles correctly, we can add in our text and it'll show up exactly the way we want it inside of our paragraph. So let's add in a header, About Us. Let's drop in a image into the site. Let's pick this pinecone image, make it align left, click Select, and now we want to drop some text on into the site. So you'll see this paragraph isn't showing, it's cutting off the image a little bit. That's just because that image is floated. If we paste in some text, you'll see that it wraps nicely around the image. So let's click Save Changes, jump back to our website, click About Us, and there we have a nicely styled About Us page. If we want to jump back into the editor, we can use this little flip tab on the side, and we could click Edit Page, and that would take us right back into the editor where we need to be. Alright, well that pretty much does it for this tutorial. Let's jump back to the dashboard real quick. You can see that the pages that we added are, show up in updated site content. It makes it easy to know what's going on your site when you have multiple people making edits. Alright, well that does it for part 1. Part 2 should be coming soon. Show you how to add a blog into your site. Part 3 will show you how to add in a custom contact form via the custom content system. I hope you enjoyed this quick overview of Webiva. Check out the docs on webiva.net for more details and a sample site tutorial. If you want to play around for more than the 20 minutes that the tutorial allows you, feel free to download Webiva off of GitHub. Check out webiva.net docs for how to install it on whatever system that you're using. This is Pascal, and I hope you enjoyed this initial overview. Thanks.